There it is. There it is. Look at that. Check that out. Is it me that you're looking for? Here he is. Good old Lionel. Maybe I need to refocus on that. So tonight we have an exciting lady who's actually all about the arts. And when I say arts, I don't just mean music. I mean everything about all the art. And this lady is a connector and a collaborator, and she actually makes things happen behind the scenes. This is the first time she's actually been in the front being interviewed by someone. So this is very exciting for me because usually she's always so quiet and doesn't really like the attention, but she is an instigator, a puppeteer, if you must, about putting together collective communities to make things tick. And so without further ado, we have Michelle from the couch. So here we go. Hello.
Hello. Just thought I'd bring my own prop, even though it doesn't work. It's just fake.
Oh, that's
Hi, everyone.
So would you like to introduce yourself? There you go. I'll just zoom in.
Yes. Hi, thank you. Yes, my name is Michelle, and I am director, producer, and creator of The Couch Out Loud, which is a community live talk show that incites conversations and connects people. I especially love focusing on the creative community, and that is the reason that I started it back in 2016.
Wow.
It was because there is a misconception on the Gold Coast that the Gold Coast has no culture. And even when talking to people and asking people about what is Gold Coast culture, people say, well, there isn't any. People, right. And I said, well, where is culture? It's Melbourne, it's Sydney, it's things like that. So people think it's just a number one party spot and you go drinking and you go to the theme parks and that's what it's all about. But there's so much underlying and there's so much more to be unearthed, which is why I started The Couch Out Loud, to connect artists with audiences. That was the main reason. And that's what I do. And I've been doing that for 4 years. And I'm really, really passionate about bringing forth the underlying current of what we have on the Gold Coast. And I'm just really passionate about that.
Right, which is evident because you've worked with lots and lots of artists around. And we've already got some awesome comments here. So just a shout out to Jake. How you going, Jake? We did a guitar lesson yesterday. And Raymond is cool. Kevin, good job done from both of you. And Veronica's already up. Here we go. Thanks, Raymond. And Kevin, is Playroom still around? I think the Playroom.
No, I went to the Playroom and I went to the final Midnight Oil performance at the Playroom, and I nearly died. And I nearly died in the mosh pit because I'm a bit vertically challenged. I was in the mosh pit going, yay, woo-woo, to Midnight Oil, dancing around and doing all the hand things like this. And then I had taller people with their elbows on my shoulders and I was going down, and my friend had to lift me up and pull me out of the crowd. But that was my last experience at the Playroom. I wish it was still around, but it's not. Sorry, it's gone.
I actually did a gig at the Playroom back in the day. Does anyone remember the band called TISM? TISM stood for This Is Serious, Mum. I was like a whippersnapper coming in on the scene. It was I was the support crowd. They used to get on stage with balaclavas and jump around. Looked like they were it's going to be an armed robbery. However, great band. They were actually lawyers. They were actually all lawyers.
Oh, right. And, I used to go to Bombay Rock. Who remembers Bombay Rock on the Gold Coast? Saw some great acts there. Divinals, Rose Tattoo. Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. That was the place to be.
And so when I actually did the gig there, I actually went out on stage with a cordless drill and other things that you required batteries, and played the guitar with all these crazy things. It was,
oh wow,
rock and roll. There's Robert Bull. How you going, Rob? So Michelle, you're an advocate for the arts. So before we may as well quickly just get on to what are you doing right now? So,
okay, what I'm doing now.
COVID's hit, so we can't do the live talk show.
Not the C word. Don't say the C word. Sorry. Yes, no, I don't want to talk about that pandemic. But I'm really looking forward to on the flip side of this, doing the live shows again. But at the moment, I'm doing something called Pants Optional Human Books Online, which is something that I wanted to do as a live show, but I never really got around to it because I was doing other theme shows for The Couch Out Loud. And then when this came along, I thought this is a perfect opportunity. So it is a platform where people get to Well, Doug is a human book,
Yes.
and chapter 3 will be on YouTube tonight.
Is
Yes.
chapter 2 already up? Chapter 2?
Yeah, chapter 1 and 2 are up, and chapter 3 is actually, it's already up now. I'm giving you the heads up. I haven't let everyone know yet, but you guys are the first to know chapter 3 is online already. Did it before I did this.
Am I allowed to elaborate on what happened there?
Yes, of course. Absolutely.
So this is Michelle's insight. So she has this series called A Human Book. So it's about your life story. So in this case, it's my life story. So Michelle came here in my studio, and I got to actually the first chapter, I was like out of sorts. I just got off a live stream from New York, and I was like, oh, Michelle's here. Quick, sort this out. So anyway, I really, really recommend go and check out the live stream. Talking to you, Doug. How you going, man? And I love the concept. So I got given cards and about just telling my life story, my influences, what shaped you and what you do through the arts. So anyway, back to you.
Yeah, so it's really good, and a lot of people say it's really cathartic because they're actually talking out loud about their story, which they have never done before, which I've also heard people, guest speakers, say that actually on the show, and, you know, great feedback, people saying this has really changed my life. I can't believe I've just told these strangers my story, but I really needed to, and I love it, and that's really good. And this is what I feel that the Pants Optional Human Books Online is doing as well, because it is how to share your story, giving your highlights and your bloopers and everything in between. And you know, Doug experienced that as well. And I've written it. Even though it's everyone's story, and like I've always said to people too, this is just a guideline, but the guideline to each chapter really is I feel is a really good way to share your story. It really builds, gives you background. You talk about your real experiences, and it really gives an insight into who the person is and why they do what they're doing, whether it be from personal experiences, whether it be family values. I feel that family values have a lot of influence into where people's paths take them, or eventually take them, like me. Like, it's taken me a long time to get where I am. I really value creativity and the arts. But it wasn't really nothing. Love my family. It wasn't really something that was really up there with that. You know, I used to put on, you know, the Easter shows when I was younger and dress my brothers up, you know, as Elvis and all this kind of stuff, and have family members around, and we'd have fun.
There's one for you.
But what's that?
It says wear pants, Doug. That's right, because no one actually knows what I'm wearing it.
No one can. This is why we're filming here. I have to tell you how I'll have to tell you how, actually, well, anyways, that's it. But I need to tell you about why I called it Pants Optional, because with all this, you know, the COVID thing, a lot of people, you know, like you're on video chatting. And I was talking to a friend, I was telling her I'm going to be doing this human books. I'm going to do it actually online, because people that know me know that I am a face-to-face person. When I first started the Couch Out Loud, I said, I'm never doing YouTube. I'm never doing a podcast. I'm never going to stream. I'm never doing this. Never, never, never. I want people to connect. I want people to come into a room and feel the energy. I'm never doing that. Look now, my hand has been forced to do it.
That's why. And there we go. Have you got pants on?
No. There we go.
Don't stand up then. Don't stand up. But,
no one's standing up. But yes, I was talking to a friend online, and we're having, you know, after like 2.5 hours of having a few beverages, and she goes, "Oh, I've got to go and fill my wine glass up." And I said, "Okay." And as she stopped, she just had her undies on. I'm going, that's right. Then the next morning, I thought, pants optional. You can just be comfortable. The person listening and the person talking can really wear whatever they want below. So that's how I came up with pants optional.
The carbs seem to create structure, framework on which to build a story. Much easier to talk about yourself. That's from Veronica. She's an artist. So that's awesome.
Yeah, well, it is a bit of structure, and it does help when people tell their story. What's that? Sorry. I've got a skirt on, so that's why I was just joking.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's why.
Wow.
So with the cards, that's right, because when you're sharing your story, you do go off track and you do go off into different tangents. So the cards are a good reference to go back to and go, okay, oh, that's right, I'll go back to this, and and that's how it works. But it seems to work out really well. And it's funny, when I first was doing it, I thought, oh, people probably speak for about half an hour and a half later, there's like, but that's great, and I just do it all. Even when I was at Doug's place and I dropped the phone and put the fan on, I thought I'll just keep that in. It's all right. That's all good. It's all part of it. Yeah, actually, I kept that in.
This is one of my props.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, it's because I smashed a coffee cup. So I found a new coffee cup. But hello, it's me you're looking for. So I guess because I wanted this to be the theme, because I guess, if you are an artist of sorts, they should reach out to you, should they?
Absolutely. I have had some amazing artists. Every show, I always want to highlight artists or performers at every single show. So at the show, I've had Felicity Lawless on twice. She's a really well-known, well-respected musician. Anthony Peters has been on the show twice as well with his amazing visual performance art as well. Harry J. Hart, he was on the first ever show, and he's an amazing local musician. He actually came as part of the Couch Out Loud concept, was taken to a 54-hour startup weekend at Griffith University, and we did like a mini show, and Harry J. Hart was the guest speaker on there. Katie Regan, Michelle Carlton, like all the time and Teresa Franks, I always make sure that artists are there. Court McHugh, she's been on there as well. She was actually a guest speaker, and look at her now, like, no, that was all the Couch Out Loud, of course. But, she was there when she was first starting. And I think it's really important.
There's Sean.
Sean, yes, Sean. Hey, Sean. Now, Sean's going to be the DJ, but we had to postpone the show. But, Sean's going to be at the DJ at upcoming Gold Coast Unearthed Artistic Realm. So, Sean will be DJing and doing a few little surprises as well.
Oh, cool. Yes. And Glennis says,
can do what, Glennis?
Ivan do lap dancing.
What? I think
I can do
that. I know.
I think
Glennis, I think you've had too much red wine.
Gina, just took my pants off. Comfy now.
Oh, good. I know. Well done, Gina. Good job. Well done.
Oh, man, you've started an epidemic.
These are some of my friends. Yeah,
wearing pants. Yes.
No hands are going up. I can see no hands. That's right. It's all about being comfortable. Yay. Sean's probably not wearing pants either, I bet. I can only imagine.
Oh, my God. That is totally cool.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to sort this sharing business. So if anyone's watching, please like and subscribe. The Couch. Is the Couch Out Loud?
Couch Out Loud, yeah.
Please share this video, because I tried to share it and I'm just useless at – there we go. I'm just useless at multitasking. So if you can please share this video. I tried to share it while I'm talking and I can't do both. Otherwise, I'll just smash coffee cups. But so please out there, if you can here we go. Hi, guys. Anthony Terrace. How you going?
Sure.
Hey, guys. Fantastic. There we go.
Hi.
Sean, never wears pants. Cool.
Good. Love it. You guys are awesome. Love it.
What's your YouTube channel?
The YouTube channel is the Couch Out Loud channel. So
Cool.
if you go on there, and I've been uploading the Pants Optional Human Books chapters. So I had Teresa Franks as my first one, which is my guinea pig, and then Sean Harcourt Bell, who was just on, and then Doug, and then I have some other people lined up as well. Doug was on there.
Cool. And if you're into YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need like another 800 subscribers or something. There we go.
Yeah,
okay,
cool.
So what are some of the success stories that you have been here we go, Gina, typical man, typical. Is anyone wearing pants? Probably not.
Karen. Now, Karen, she was the one I was talking to. Sorry, Karen, I'm just late. She was the one I was talking to.
Thanks, Raymond. Yeah, right.
Sorry, Karen, I've dubbed you in now. That was the one that inspired me for the name. Yeah.
Because Karen doesn't wear pants.
No, she does, but just just she's wearing underpants. It's okay.
Underpants.
It's all right. Yeah. It's all right.
Okay, so some other success stories that's happened with the couch. So what's some of the episodes? Because I know I was actually involved with the paradigm.
Yeah, pushing the paradigms.
Pushing the paradigm.
So the whole premise to all whoops. That's right, Karen. That's right. The whole premise to all the shows is about having everyday people sharing their everyday stories.
Right.
And what's been really amazing is that we have had some amazing collaborations with people that have, and it's funny, I don't really find out about it until maybe months later when someone will say, oh yeah, I caught up with so-and-so today. I'm going, what? You know, oh, I met them at the show. I'm going, oh, that's really good. Amazing friendships have been formed. And one of my favorite ones, which Karen was a speaker at, was the Love Couch back in February in 2019. This is one of my favorite ones, where we were talking about relationships and intimacy, and we had relationship coaches on. And
there's a relationship coach. Yeah, I just took someone's pants off, but they know me, so it's awkward. Oh, they don't know me.
They know me. Sean.
Oh,
shocking.
man.
Shocking. Right, we've really started something.
Okay, and Les said, so back to the love couch.
So I thought to make it a bit more interesting, even though, you know, talking about intimacy and relationship is interesting, I did a live dating game. Pretty much like
was that one?
Yeah, that was that one. You were there at that one. That was I called that one the love match, because, you know, like perfect match, where I had a bachelor and a screen and then 3 bachelorettes on the other side. So I had people apply for it. Long story short, I had a bachelor who I was very serious about finding a bachelorette for, because he is such a nice guy. His name's Jason. And he said he was going on this because it scared the hell out of him. So I thought I'll have to really find the right person for it. And I was, you know, people were applying. I said, oh, I'm not really sure if I found the right person, until another Karen, not this Karen, another Karen, who was going to be who was a guest speaker on the Pushing the Paradigm show.
Oh, right.
That you're on, yeah. She was kind of forced to be on it because I found out she was single. And then I didn't tell her anything about Jason, except I said he was tall, but I said, you have to come on. So that was on the 8th of February 2019. 3 months later, they were engaged. 1 year to the exact day at the exact place, they were married.
That's amazing.
So I'm also a Cupid, and I don't know what else. And I don't know if I can even do another dating game, because I want to just finish on a high with that. And the wedding was beautiful. So that was a really good match. But the audience members that go are just really open to new ideas and new experiences, and open to diversity. And it's such a welcoming, warm platform. And that really makes people feel very comfortable to be sitting up on stage and talk about themselves, which is great.
Yeah.
And that's why I love being in the room with people. I mean, this is great too, because you can wear what you want or not wear anything.
Well, Leslie's got a point about here drummers. You know how us drummers dress behind the kit, and then Raymond says that's why you're up the back, because he doesn't wear any pants when he plays.
Right.
It's got 5-way independence, not 4. But and so what about? I really enjoyed having, you had the psychologist on there. You also had some other. There was a lady from the coast. I can't remember her profession, but she was actually talking about all the different points. You had a couple on there too. They had a business. What did they do again?
Is that on the Love Couch one?
Yeah. You had a couple on there.
They were intimacy and relationship coaches.
Yeah,
yes,
that was
and so they were on there, and to do with the arts and creative arts, like the one that Doug performed at. We had Mara Lissa, who's an art therapist. And other shows, I always like to include, someone from the art community to get up and tell their story, because, I just find it so important art is all around us, and art is so important in society. It's in it's in everything, you know, architect, from a design on a menu when you're allowed to go back, from, you know, just anywhere. There is art so much around us, and I really feel it is taken a bit for granted. And also I feel that my point of view too, I feel that performers and artists just give so much of themselves all the time because they just do. And I really want to remove the word struggling from artist. And that's why, you know, that is doing these Couch Out Loud shows. It's always really important to make sure that any creative is a highlight in the shows as well, whether they be there for the meet and mingle beforehand, displaying what they do, or as well as being a guest on the show as well. Yeah. Just to build up their community as well, and to really change the, you know, the misconception that the Gold Coast hasn't any culture, but we do, but we don't know where to find it, because with the way that the Gold Coast is marketed, even when you look at Gold Coast tourism and the ads, there is nothing about art. It's all the theme parks, it's the beaches, it's the hinterland. They need to show our local artists with what they do. They need to show, you know, local artists performing, painting with what they do. They need to show the underground and bring it, and, you know, bring it to the forefront of everyone's mind, because that's a really important part of, you know, of a community in every way, in any community.
Without the arts, a lot will suffer. And of course,
absolutely.
You know,
and arts, you know, arts and creativity is so important to mental health. It really is, you know. And this is, not only did I start the Couch Out Loud because I wanted to connect the artist and audience, but I love seeing people have fun. My friends will know that. I love seeing people have a good time. I really do. It brings me so much joy to see people having fun, and what better way than to be listening to music and surround yourself with art. It brings a smile to people's faces. It's just really important. So
yeah. And what about the here we go. We are blessed. Where are you based post-COVID?
I am based, I've been going around different creative spaces on the Gold Coast because I really want to highlight them. So after this, there'll be a show at Karma Club Hub, there'll be a show at the Avenue, and there'll be a show at the Dust Temple as well. So not sure of the date yet, because we can only, you know, there's no point doing it if we can only fit 5 people in a space. Right. So, you know, so once those restrictions have lifted, the shows are written and ready to go. I've just had to postpone quite a few. So they're ready to go, and all the guest speakers are ready to jump back on board again with when the dates, you know, when I have the dates.
Yeah, I'm really not sure like how it's going to unfold post the C word, because, you know, I mean, as of Friday, I think I read that Northern Territories are opening all their live venues, you know. So does that mean, they just said pubs, but does it mean entertainment? I don't know, but, you know.
Well, yes, well, yeah, I'm not sure what it is like here in Queensland, but I know that things are slowly opening, but there is only a certain amount of people allowed in. So, and I'm really looking at September to have the next one, and that's going to be the Gold Coast Unearthed Artistic Realm one. So, yeah, I'm hoping that's can be ready for then, so that we can have a full room again.
Yeah, I think that'll be really good and something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So what other ideas have you had and made them happen with all this artistic, getting all the arts, and here we go, still restricted. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What other ideas have you had? Because you're very, you know, it's great working with lots of creative people getting it happening. So I'm just seeing if there's any other ideas that you want to make happen, you'd like to see happen.
Well, something that I was actually looking at doing this in 2022, because on the Gold Coast, as a lot of the buskers would know, is that for, not always, but it seems that for when there are, this is because people have told me this, when there are big festivals, the locals are kind of like pushed to the side a bit, and they bring a lot of international people in. even, for example, there's a certain person on the Gold Coast who said that after the COVID, I'm going to bring in the Rolling Stones. Well, I think no. Why not have a festival for the local performers? And something that I want to do in 2022 is something called the Edge Out Loud. And I just want it to be a massive, big festival with and be able to pay all the performers, all the artists, all the creators that go there. And that can really only be done through really sponsorship support to be able to afford to do that and put it on. So that's something that I've always wanted to do that. But now that I have built, I've got to know so many people within the creative community, and I floated that idea with them and they love it as well. And that's another great way to support and showcase what we have, rather than just having all these international acts, just have a local one.
Right. Am I allowed to say who said that, or?
No, maybe not. You might know. People might know. You can. You say it, Doug.
Oh, okay, cool. So
yeah,
I think that would be Mr. Tom Tate, right? So he's the mayor of the Gold Coast. So, but I understand why you're saying that is that instead of getting an international act to draw a crowd, there's heaps of talent based right here at home that we should use to draw a crowd with. That need that
payment, that need that, because you guys haven't been able to perform or do anything, and you are performing online for free, doing free things again, which is just beautiful and wonderful. But we are in a realm of money to live,
and it's not paying the bills.
And it's not paying the bills, and that's a reality. That you guys need to be paid to do your art and to earn your living. That gives us all so much joy. You need to be, that needs to be more valued. There needs to be more value put in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. With the, other than just Mr. Oh, here we go. We've got some support here for you. Raymond, support locals.
Yay.
100%. Excellent. Thank you,
sir. Yes.
I just learnt that lingo the other day.
Hashtag.
In sign language, that means F. But anyway.
Does it? Whoops. Sorry. Didn't mean that.
So here we go. We have a question here. I'd love to come up and do art demos, parties, crowd inclusive art, collaborations, etc. When are you looking for more artists? I am north of Brisbane.
Always.
Am I too far away to be considered?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because we can always learn from different communities, and that's the thing. I've had guest speak. Well, the artistic realm that was going to be on the 15th of March, I had Phil Barlow come down from Sunshine Coast to be at that one. I've had someone fly out from Sydney to be on a show, because we can learn from different communities and what works for them. It's all about learning and growing. So I'm more than happy to have a ring in to come on the show and give us their perspective on where they are and what's worked in their community, and and that's something that we can implement on the Gold Coast. And also to introduce people from out of town to people on the Gold Coast and collaborate and talk. I was also doing something called Let's Couch Up, which was basically just going out eating and drinking with our collaborators. But that was that's really good too, because it's just a casual thing, and I put on food and everyone had cocktails and everyone's talking, and it was great. And so many great conversations came from it, because it was just wonderful. So that's another thing I like doing too.
And Raymond's one of the administrators of his group, is 70s, 80s, and 90s, I think it is. I can't remember, sorry, Raymond. But he's one of the admins of this group with about nearly 20,000 people. And he says, support locals 100%, 20,000 people can't be wrong.
Absolutely.
And I just want to maybe highlight there because I know it's sort of hard to describe an event that we can't actually show right now. But so the last event that I pushing the Paradigm show, so at was it the Karma Collective Hub?
Karma Collab Hub at Miami.
Yeah, so it started with, cocktails and mingling at the front. So it was like a networking event. So all artists who had products to sell. So the arts, I don't know, what would you call them? Fine arts, or any kind of arts, tactile arts that you could pick up, where in the front, so they had their little stalls, if for lack of a better word. Then that was the pre-show. Then it went into the show, little auditorium, sit down, and then there was a live talk show. And then I was one of the entertainers, and there was, I think Harry was one of the entertainers. So I'm just describing for people what it actually looks like. So it's an event. It's not just, you can't just catch it on YouTube. Getting from that.
Yeah,
it's an experience.
It is an experience, and the thing is, Doug was just saying about how out in the front section, or for that particular one for Karma Collab Hub, and it's funny when artists say, "Oh, do you take a commission?" No, I don't take a commission, and I don't charge anything. I don't do that. That's for you to come and display your things, sell it. Put your socials on there so people can follow you. And for you to connect with people, because the more you talk about your artwork and people hear the stories behind them, the more chance people have of buying your artwork. And that's what I really try to push for the artists. If you tell a story behind your artwork, that is more likely to sell, because people then build a connection with it. Which is why also the mingling, for people building a connection with the guest speakers before they go in on stage. That then makes people feel more comfortable when they ask questions. So I've put questions in there now as well from audience, because I wasn't really sure whether to do that or not, because I really wasn't sure where it would go. And it does go for a long time. I know one time we were at the Karma Club Hub till 11:30 at night, and it started at 6:30 because people wouldn't leave, because people just wanted to chat. It was great. And drink and, eat. But yeah.
So here we go, have a support. So awesome, hooray. How do I, as an artist with limited tech savviness, get in touch with you? So what's your socials?
Just you can contact the Couch Out Loud. Just message me through the Couch Out Loud, or email me on thecouchoutloud@gmail.com. Or you can private message me if you like on Facebook. So my name is Michelle Dumbrell, Dumbrell.
It says, "Oh wow, it's such a rare thing for visual artists. Always commission or entry fees to pay." Yeah.
No, and you get a free ticket to the show.
Yes. So, and I must say, so Michelle is amazing at organizing things at grassroots and connecting and collaborating artists with different mediums or whatever they're good at. So I was there doing music, and there was lots of other artists. But what about if we describe some of the other shows that we've been in? So you did a love show.
Love Couch.
It was a live dating match, but you also had psychologists there and intimacy experts talking about all the awkward things that people are too awkward to talk about. And what about some other shows that you've done?
Yes, well, all the shows, like I was saying before, are built around social connectivity and opening people up to new experiences. So the first two shows I ever had were about connecting artists and audiences. And then other shows I've had about talking about things like when social media started getting really big, the impact of social media on people's lives, and how we're so connected as a society yet so disconnected. Yeah. But now we're kind of being connected because we're not allowed to be connected. I don't know how that works. And then I've done shows I've been asked to do shows at schools for Year 12 students. So I've done two shows at St Hilda schools for the Year 12 students. And we were talking about, I had guests, they were great shows, and the Year 12 girls just absolutely loved it. We've been asked back twice, which is really good. And so I'm really careful on the guest speakers that I choose for each show. And the ones that I chose for the St Hilda shows are ones that I already knew, and I knew they'd be a great fit for that, because I just asked them to talk about their experiences in Year 12, whether because school isn't for everyone, like the education, or school is for everyone, but the way the education system's set up isn't really for everyone. I had Jo Suter, who runs Posada School of Afro-Latin Dance. She's been a guest on a couple of shows, and I invited her there because she studied to be a lawyer, because that's what her family expected of her. She hated every minute of it. left and now has opened up her own dance school for the community and supporting, special needs children and everything. So there's all those stories. And I think that's really important to know, that you need to follow your passion. That's when you find your true happiness. You think you're happy, with what you're doing, but until you actually really honestly know what your passion is and do it, your whole life will change. It's incredible.
I was actually talking about this in my my thing. What would you call it?
Your human book.
My human book. Did they wear pants? No, they didn't wear pants. No.
Yes, they did. They did wear pants at St Hilda's. You guys.
So in my book, my human book, so you make sure you check out. So chapter 3 is going live tonight. Is it tomorrow?
Yes, it's on YouTube now.
Cool.
But don't go there yet. Yeah.
Okay, cool. No problem. Don't go there yet, but go tomorrow. So with the human book, I was actually talking about this phenomenon and about discipline versus passion. So this concept that, you might be up, you should be tired, you should be going to bed, and as you go to bed, you have an idea and you get online, you go, oh, look at that. I might buy that from, Gumtree or wherever on Amazon. And then all of a sudden, well, this is for me anyway, and I'm sure everyone's done it, you get this like massive burst of energy. You go, hey, I want to read a review. I'm going to look at a video. I'm going to spend all this time doing this thing, but all this energy comes from somewhere, from passion. It's not about being disciplined. But then on the other side of the coin, playing music, in the beginning, maybe I had to apply discipline, but it's a fine line, as you were saying before. Once you find your true calling, it's not a discipline. You don't have to work really hard to do it. You don't have to try. It just happens.
It just flows. Exactly. And I'm really lucky that I've had so many people contact me through other people recommending, or they've seen, the Couch Out Loud on socials. I don't know how, because I'm really bad at it. And basically I will have maybe about, 6 to 8 people that I think might be good for one particular show, and I'll just kind of choose 4 of them, and then I'll weave the story. What's going on?
No, I'm just laughing at you. So
right.
I'm still laughing at Raymond. Did they wear pants?
All right, yeah. And then I'll weave the story around what people want to talk about. So that's how the show's come about. It's about what people want to talk about, and also feedback from the audience members as well.
Yeah, here we go. We got never too many CDs or t-shirts. Well, you got a t-shirt there, right?
Me?
Yes.
Yes, Couch Out Loud.
Yes. What other?
I think I bought so many of those. I've sold one. It cost me a lot of money.
Maybe you should do it. You should do a competition.
I take them to the shows and I forget about them, and they just kind of sit there, and I'm just too busy talking to people and having a glass of wine. So yeah. And then they just sit there, and I think, oh, whoops, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about these things too. Or maybe you can run a competition. Maybe someone can say something or send you something, and then you can mail them a thing.
Okay, that sounds good. I don't know how to do that.
Oh, right. Okay.
I know. How about let me have a bit of think about it.
Maybe
I might.
What guitar did I play in my my human book?
Oh, yes.
Or what color guitar? What color guitar did I play in my human book?
What color guitar did Doug play in the human book? Like, he did that guitar shred.
Yes. What color was it? Here we go. You got your first customer, Sean. He says he'll buy one.
Oh, thanks. Yay. I'll come deliver it to you personally.
Wine and beer sells, he says. Raymond?
I've got Couch Out Loud wine too, but I give that away. That's silly of me. I don't know why I do that.
So this is amazing. So in the future, as you've already said what you want to do in 21, 22, is there any other support that you're actually looking for from, bigger powers that be? So I'm talking about local councils, but maybe even next level up, maybe state level, or even funding.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I actually did a show at the Broadbeach Library in 2018, which is really good. And that was really good because they actually pay the couch out loud, so I didn't have to use my own money. And the tickets were free for people that came, which is really good. So that was really good. I actually also have what?
Whoever brings the most people, the double neck one. Okay, cool.
And I also have a marketing strategist on board now, and he's looking at doing putting together sponsorship kind of packages, like more, not really sponsorship, it's more like community supporters. So I'm working with him at the moment to try and get, corporate people in, because there'd be nothing better than to pay the host and the DJ more than what they deserve. I can only pay them so much, and also be able to pay performers and things like that.
Yeah,
and
because
and better make it bigger, better. And also, I really want to go to Fringe Festival in Adelaide, and I'd love to do the Brisbane Festival, and I'd love to take it to festivals as well.
The concept with the couch out loud.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. And for those people watching at home, please like and subscribe and share. Michelle's amazing, because she's actually spends a lot of time providing opportunities for lots of artists to have a gig and collaborate. So this is why I'm making some noise about it, which is, it's amazing. It's really, really amazing. So can we maybe even highlight some of the difficulties that you may have gone through to try and get your ideas off the ground, and how long that has taken?
Yeah, well, I came up with the concept on the 11th of May in 2016. And it was a struggle to actually even try and connect with the creative community, because years before that, I was really trying to be involved with something in the arts in the community. I was going to so many network meetings. I'd go to the same ones. I'd see the same struggling artists, and it'd be like, your heart would drop. And I'm going, oh my gosh, these people are still here, and there's all this talk, but there was nothing ever followed up. And I thought, I got really frustrated after doing that for 2 years, until I actually met someone called Ashley, who was the Senior Projects Officer for Arts and Culture on the Gold Coast, who I met because I went for this professional development thing, once again trying to get involved in the community. And she called me for a one-on-one and said, which is really nice to say, we need people like you. We need people like you in the community to drive things. I'm going, oh, okay. I said, well, I've tried to apply for jobs at places. And she goes, oh, it's who you know. And I said, well, you are now who I know. Good. And so then she referred me to a lot of people, and I contacted them, even though I had contacted them years prior. But as soon as I said it was referred by her, they contacted me straight back. So it really is who you know.
Name dropping.
What's name dropping?
Oh, no. So what you're talking about is, actually trying to get a connection.
Sorry, that's right. Exactly right. So that was a struggle in the lead up to the Couch Out Loud, because I've been trying for years and years and years, trying to get into community arts projects. So then I couldn't. I thought I'll just start my own. So I did.
That's amazing. Yeah. So your own show. Well, would it be called a festival? What would you call it? A festival?
It's a talk show. A live talk show.
Live talk show.
Because you have your host, you have your DJ, and you have your guest speakers who share their story, and we have fun entertainment, great entertainment, and then fun audience participation games, which I don't know why people like them, because I just make them up and they're a bit daggy. But the fun, and you win bottles of Couch Out Loud wine, and we have fun, and we had Stone and Wood sponsor, so they gave us all this stuff, all this merchandise. So yeah, it is fun. It is really fun. I love doing it.
So when you said that, so next level, if you want to take this live talk show interstate with different festivals of sorts, what do you need? Because maybe someone watching may be able to help you to make that happen. What do you need to happen?
A contact.
Right.
That's all I really needed, a contact. And for I would love when it's back up, like when people come and see it, they just really love it, and then they return. So it's so hard to describe it, because it's about being in the room and being there at it. And like when people said about, you should, isn't it funny when I said, it's a live talk show, the first thing people say is, where do I watch it? Is it on YouTube? Is it on Netflix? And I'm going, no, it's not. You actually have to come into a room and sit on a seat and be present and be there, because there's nothing. You would know when you go to concerts, people want to be there for the energy. It's the energy in the room. It's the energy. It's the authenticity. It's feeling the passion of the guest speakers. I remember when I had one of the shows and I went to Hotter for something, and a lady came up to me and she had actually been an audience member in the show. She goes, "Oh, you're from the Couch Out Loud." I'm going, "Oh, it's nice. Hi." And she goes, "Oh, I was there. It was, it was great." And she goes, "Oh, the speakers you have." She actually thought they were professional speakers. I said, "No, these are just everyday people that have just contacted me." But you think they're professional because they're so passionate about what they're talking.
Right.
So when you're so passionate about something, you are professional because you know what you're talking about and you're so eloquent with what you're saying. And yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah. So just those watching, we're talking about a completely different concept. It's not a band or a gig or anything. It's a live talk show. And I guess, even marketing that as a concept,
That's hard because people aren't getting it. And it has been tricky. And it's all about, using even when I use the right word, like live, so I'm going, it's real people in real life with real stories. Like you have to come. So it's hard. Even after I've said that so many times, people still struggle because it's so different, because there's nothing like it. There are such things as live talk shows. Obviously, it's nothing new, but to have something like that, there's nothing like it on the Gold Coast, or I don't know if there's a community live talk show that supports communities and the creative community at all. So that is a struggle to show, and because it is different, people think, oh, I don't really know if I'll go, because there's so. And the other struggle that I've had is there are so many free things on the Gold Coast. Right. And this is you have to buy a ticket to this. So because there's so many free things, and like when I try and organise a date for a show, you look at the events calendar for the Gold Coast, there's so much on all the time. There are so many free festivals all the time. Well, there will be again, that it was hard to kind of plot a show in when there wasn't a big free festival or anything on, like like whether it be, the fireworks display, or whether it be International Food Festival, or, Surface Live, or that's hard, I find, because people think, oh, it's just free, so we'll go to that instead. But it's about, I suppose, marketing it, that it's really unique and it's really different and it's really raw and grassroots, which is great.
I really, really like that. We got some comments for you. So it says, hey, I get out the disco ball for the effects.
Yes. I used to have a disco ball and a fog machine and a strobe light just for my own personal. Yes, right. True. Just for my own personal entertainment, I would. But I've got rid of them now.
Gina says, great work, Michelle.
Oh, Gina and I do great interpretive dancing, by the way. So that's good. Just put that in there.
It says here, people seem hesitant to comment in bar of live stream. Do they struggle to interact when in real face-to-face venue?
No, no. And that's what I was really worried about. That's what I was really worried about with doing the audience questions, so much so that when I first did that, I actually gave some people, I said, can you just ask this question? Can you just ask this question at this point? I'll tap you on the shoulder. They said, sure. But I didn't have to, because the reason is that the meet and mingle that happens before the show, all the guest speakers are out walking around. So the audience members already made connections with them. So they already seem to know that. Whereas the first two shows, I didn't do that. I hired the guests away like it was a big surprise. So, and then after that, I thought, no, I'm not liking this. I really think they need to be going out there promoting who they are and what they're doing. And people can hear their story when they're out there. And so the audience, I actually have to wind up the host to say, no more questions, because people are really, keen to know more. And that's actually a reason why I was going to do the human books, like in real person, because I was going to have like one person as a human book and maybe have about 10 people around, so they could actually ask questions and have the human books as an interactive human book, because people just wanted to keep knowing more. And that's why people stay back so late, because they want to keep asking questions and know more about their stories.
And I think what's really, really important with any kind of interaction is just being on their radar, because you don't know where anyone's going to be in a couple of years. And I think it's really, really important that to support grassroots community, because there is a future in whatever talent pool you want to look at, whether you're in an actor or an artist or whatever, even music. There's Justin Bieber didn't come out of nowhere. He was, shown the ropes, blah, blah, blah. But maybe that was a really bad example. However, I'm just saying we need to support grassroots. Otherwise, what's going to happen tomorrow? You know what I mean? In the future.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I know that I have found too that artists struggle to promote themselves, because that's not what I know. Well, I know. But hang on. I'm going the wrong way. I don't know how to do
I know. It's weird, isn't
there
it?
we go. Oh, it's back to front. Yes. It's really tricky, because I don't know why. Just I think people are just so passionate about what they do, and you don't want to, I don't know, you just love what you're doing. So how do you, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's funny you say that, because sometimes, because I'm not really outward with, and I know there's a lot of artists like this. I know I've got a mate of mine who's doing a PhD in photography and electronic art. It's crazy things what he does, but he's doing it. I don't tell everyone what I do at what level, because sometimes I think they would not believe me, but it's true. I've done some pretty crazy things, and they keep rolling. As when you came over, just got off the phone to New York, and not that's amazing,
great.
but it's a connection.
But it is. But it is amazing, Doug. That is amazing.
And he's best mates with one of the guys from the Les Paul trio. Les Paul, it's just shifted guitar. There's a Les Paul right there. There you go, the orange one.
Oh wow!
So yeah, just those kind of stories and connections. 1 degree of separation. It's like from the Les Paul trio. It's just like one guy away. It's crazy. But anyway, but as an artist, there he is. I was talking about him right there. Hey, Andy.
Ah, cool.
He's the PhD guy. So but even that whole concept, as we did the human book, I'm looking at doing a PhD, but do I go around telling people? Or maybe on your show I did, but I don't really put that out there. Hey, I really want to do that, because there's probably another 5 years worth of hard work. But I'm just saying it's a different culture, because any artist going to America, it doesn't matter what kind of art they're doing, is they're more outward, way more supportive of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think also what I struggled with is that I was actually introduced to a lady called Jade, who's my business coach.
That's great.
Finished with that now. And never would I thought that I would need that. It wasn't even a thing. It was just a random meeting. Another random conversation. One conversation can make such a difference.
Bridges.
Yeah, a bridge. I was talking to a friend of mine who said, you need to meet my son. And then he said, you need to meet my friend. And I met Jade, and that was the best thing I could have done, because now I can talk about I know the inner workings of the Couch Out Loud. Now, to me, it was, like I said to her, it felt like my mind was kind of like this, even though I'm very organized and I know how to do things. But with the business, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to, I didn't know who my, customer avatar was or anything like that. And then she comes along and puts everything in for so much clarity. And I'm going, oh, now I understand now. It took me a while to understand it, but then I got it. And now I know that now I'm working with this marketing strategist, and he asks me questions and I can say it straight away, which is great, because otherwise how can it grow if I just kept it going as what it was, which I loved, but I loved it so much. And the more I can grow it, the more people I can help. And that's the thing, the more, that's the end game there. The bigger the business can grow, the more people you can help, the more artists you can help. That's what it's about.
That's right. And I really like what you just said there about getting a mentor, because it doesn't matter what art you're into. I mean, even hamburgers, if you're into the art of the hamburger, it's a thing. you still need to do it. I mean, even what have I done with I've put my record somewhere. It was here yesterday. But anyway, having the record is only just the beginning. You can spend 2 years making a record, but now I've got to market it. Get it out there.
Exactly. That is the hardest part. It's like me. I can write the shows. I can write shows like that easily, like just done, sorted, the concept. But then what do I do with it? Like, I know I can have the people on stage, but how do I get the people there to watch it? And grow it more. I can get people there to watch it, obviously, but to grow it more than that.
And we got a good point here from Veronica. It says artists are by nature not ego-driven generally, which is why we're not always good at self-promotion. We tend to be givers rather than takers, driven by passion rather than money, much to our detriment. And then Raymond backs that up, says egos don't pay bills. So yes,
that's it. And you know what? I really struggled with that too, because to me, the Couch Out Loud was a real passion project. It was like an expensive hobby. I was putting all my money into it. That's what Jade said to me in my visit. She goes, Michelle, you can't keep going with your expensive hobby. I said, well, I just love it. And no, I wasn't driven by money either. But like I was saying earlier, it is our reality we're in. And money does pay the bills. And if you really want to continue the happiness as well, even if you think about your own well-being, to continue doing something you really love, that is part of the puzzle, is that. And yeah, it is hard to promote and self-promote. That is hard because you do it for the passion, but it's reality that you need to continue.
Ego's not a dirty word.
Well done, Skyhooks. Good. It's not. That's right. Yeah.
I think I actually told you about Dan Pena. He has this. I don't know. Did you get a chance to look him up?
No.
Okay,
Sorry, no.
You got to look him up. He's very, very aggressive. If you're not used to that kind of directness, but he says this thing that he had this conversation with Brian Rose, who was actually the compere for London Real, London Real is a podcast in London and doing amazing things. Got to have amazing guests on there. Anyway, I'm just a fan. But anyway, Dan Pena sort of is the ultimate trainer. Anyway, he had this concept, which I'm going to repeat myself. He says, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Right? So if you want to be better at business, you need to hang around people who are better at business. And he also says this other thing. Sorry. You want to say, are you living in the 70s? I was born in 72. There you go.
Veronica.
He also has this thing that money is the only thing that people keep track of. So what he meant by that is you can have an awesome business, but you may provide the best service in the world. Whatever you do, you might be a great physioist or whatever. But if you're on a superficial level, I'm just talking superficially, everyone measures money because how do you take care of your mum or grandmother who needs healthcare or whatever? So anyway, it was just grassroots, it's really given me a good kick in the pants with no pants, I guess. But
Yay!
Yeah, but it's just keeping it real, because if it's not real, if you're not actually taking what you do seriously and trying to turn it into a business, what are you doing it for? So
that's right, exactly.
Nothing like a horror movie.
Like a horror movie. Skyhooks, more Skyhooks things.
So if anyone's got any more questions for Michelle and her amazing story about the Couch Out Loud, please ask away about now. We've probably got a few more minutes. Man, an hour's gone quick.
Really? What? That's what happens.
And what about some of the other artists you work with? So maybe not just musicians, but even like other mediums.
Let me have a quick think back. Oh yeah, I've had visual artists. Like I was saying, Katie Regan is an amazing artist. I've had her she's actually been a guest speaker. She was on the Feel Good show and she spoke and talked about her art. Like I said, I had Court McHugh on there as well, who does street art. Teresa Franks, who does airbrushing. Michelle Colton, who does 3-dimensional art, which is really cool. Michelle Ward, visual artist as well. Yeah, so just lots of artists I've had come through. It's Monique. Hi, yay.
Good to see Michelle being the face of the couch. You are amazing. There we go.
Thank you.
Michelle is amazing. There we go.
Thanks,
and
Dad.
Shouldn't the concept sell itself? Well, with the business.
Yes. Well, people, I know you would think it would. But like I was saying, the thing is that, when it was free, it sold out within 24 hours, less than 24 hours. Like tickets and the Gold Coast City Library had never seen anything like it before, because I said, we do have a bit of a following, and they were going to put all posters up and everything. They didn't even put them up at the end because it just sold out. So to me, it might, not that the tickets are expensive, like they're $25, and for that you're there from 6:30 to sometimes 11:30 if you want to hang around. The show goes from like 6:30 to 9, and so that is a pretty standard price and a pretty good price. But because there are so many free things, it's about, I know there's something that I'm missing in the marketing to really sell it well, I think. But like I said, I do have I'm working with someone at the moment who's really amazing. His name's Dennis, and he knows his stuff. So I'm working really hard with him as well. And you know what? And that's why I think, the COVID came at a good time. I hate the COVID, but in a way, a non-hater of the COVID, because it's made me slow down and focus more on marketing and the business side of it, and do pants optional. So good things have come out of it.
We have a couple of comments here. It says here from Veronica. Thank you mega much for sharing your knowledge and experience so openly and honestly. I'll be in touch soon. And
Yay, Veronica.
Monique, oh my God, people never understood that they had to come and see it in person, remember?
Yeah, because Monique has been a host of the show as well. And even when she'd say, you were there. Yeah.
I met Monique.
Because Monique would say that too. She goes, I'm telling people, I'm, hosting a live talk show. Oh, where do I watch it? And she's going, no, even when you said live, even when we did videos of her saying, come and watch it live on there, people still ask the same question. I just don't understand why people don't understand. But anyway, we'll get there. They will soon.
Well, hopefully even through this platform that you will,
absolutely,
get new followers and because this is working both ways. Because those who just joined us, so I'm actually on Michelle's platform called The Human Book, telling my story about how I was influenced with music and all through my ups and downs. And congested audience, yes, on social media. So,
if used well.
They get it now. You guys rock.
Now you guys rock. Yay! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Good, good.
So I've got how many, what am I up to? The third part of my 5-part
chapter
series.
3.
There's a 5-part series, and that's just of my human book, but there's other human books out there. So
so the Couch Out Loud is on Facebook, Instagram as the Couch Out Loud. There's also the Couch Out Loud podcast, and now there's the Couch Out Loud YouTube channel. The podcast and YouTube channel were laying quite dormant until the pants optional human books came online, and now I can upload that to YouTube and podcast. So follow, subscribe. Feel free to contact me any which way, but loose, just quoting some 70s movies. I love chatting with people. My thing is to meet people in person, but I know some people, maybe not at the moment, but, I'm fine with it actually. So just contact me and we can chat and I love hearing people's stories, and we can get you on a show.
Yeah.
More shows to come.
So if there's no more questions, please let me know. Well, actually, let us both know, because you can probably type it and we can see it. But I just want to maybe. Monique says.
They get it now. Yeah. Thank you, Monique.
So Michelle is actually has a.
Sorry, that was for Monique.
All right. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Michelle has this awesome concept of a live talk show. It's like doing a gig, but it's an experience. You have to actually go to a venue and sit down and go through the things. And I guess, hopefully when all this thing passes, that this idea will take off. Because I'd love to be involved again.
Absolutely. That'd be great. I am more inclined to meet. Oh, yay. Cool, Veronica. Let's do it. Excellent. You got to wear pants though.
Uh-oh. Oh man. Well, we might.
No, you have to.
Yeah, we might wrap it up there. So.
Okay, cool.
Thank you for everyone who's been watching.
Thank you, everyone.
Give it a wave as well. And if you stay on the line, and I'll talk to you in a second.
This is my first ever interview. Very excited.
Yes, so I was number
Online
one.
Interview. Yeah, yay. Woohoo.
How did it go? Did you like it?
I really liked it, actually. Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, I think you're great. It's awesome.
It was really
I should
good.
try this one. There we go. Oh, there you look.
Okay, cool.
Couch Out Loud. There you go. Put the name. I spent all that time getting that right, and I've only just put it at the end there. But anyway.
That's all right. That's so good.
Definitely. Okay, cool.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you. So that was Michelle. So thank you for watching again. We've got some more guests coming up tomorrow night, some female artists, original artists. And on Thursday, we have some people behind the scenes organizing festivals, which is going to be a great chat. So make some noise. Please like and subscribe, and please like and share everyone that's been involved with any of this. Support the arts, support the arts, support the arts, and more importantly, support these other people who are actually supporting the arts. So see you again next time.